What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So here we are at the 11th of February, so you know what that means, we have ourselves a cup final. It's the Premier Cup final, the Gibraltar Premier Cup final, or as it likes to be called in certain situations, the Senior League Cup. We currently play Lions, who are the only team so far in this tournament to actually prevent us from winning, so it should be a good game, and plus they are currently the team who are top of the second division. Now, I'm not sure how much by, 4 points currently, as you can see, but they've lost a lot of games, look vulnerable in areas. Overall, I'm surprised they managed to even hold us to a draw in the first game, so looking for a comfortable win here today. Since I last left you as well, we've only actually played 3 matches. We beat Man 62 narrowly 3-2. As you can see as well, quite a bit happened in that match. We took the lead very early on before they pegged us back, before we scored 2 goals before going into half-time 3-1 ahead. So at that point, I thought game over. I'd assume game over before Tito No got himself sent off for a second bookable offence. But not only that, gave away a penalty, which meant, you know, with them converting that penalty, we went into the last 2, maybe 5 minutes, if that's including injury time, with only 1 goal separating us. So that was a worrying time for us. You know, it could have easily gone either way. So we ended up winning that though. That was a great result. Then in the semi-final for the Senior League Cup, we won 6-3, a very convincing result against St. Joseph's. Really, everyone played really well, especially Montgomery, who I believe, as well as scoring 2 goals, he ended up getting, 2 goals, he ended up getting 3 assists as well. So Montgomery was having an absolute beast, absolute worldie out there today. Out on that day, I should say, not today. And then we also played Magpies very recently, the team second in the second division, I believe. I just looked at the tables, so I think that's right. Yeah, second in the second division. We played them and won 2-0 with Gregory and Coling getting the 2 goals there. So we're going into today's game knowing that we are undefeated in all competitions so far this season, and we've only drawn twice throughout the whole year. But one of them draws has come against the team we're playing today. So we also have actually the Lions in the Rock Cup quarter-final, so we're still in that competition. We're actually aiming for a treble this year. Who's still in this? Lincoln aren't actually in this, which means Lincoln got knocked out in the second round to Britannia. So actually, I think we have a really good chance of winning that. I don't really fear anyone in this competition. I still think Lincoln are the only team we really have to worry about. So the fact that they're out, I'd say the Rock Cup is ours to lose. Let's go to transfers. We'll talk about, I guess, a little bit of transfers, but we only have 1 bit of action, and that was that Munilali, I think it's an I. Again, this is really bad because I can't tell between I's and L's on my thing, so I think it's Munilali. Munilali? I have no idea, but either way, if you know, tell me. But he's 20 years of age, and we signed him. You know, we pre-signed him. We finally wore him in. So he's come in. He's only started 1 game for us so far, and he's also come on from the bench in the St. Joseph's game, I believe, or the Magpies game. I don't remember which one, but he came as a sub in one of them as well. So he'll be slowly maybe pushed into the team. I don't really see a place or see how he's going to force himself in with Gregory and Coling both playing so well, but he's on the bench and he's there for selection. Elsewhere, with Cornelio. Sorry, I've been calling him Cornello. I believe that's actually an I in his second letter. So it's Matthew Cornelio. With him, we did offer him out on loan. He said he wasn't too happy being available for loan. But then I said, look, I don't see you getting first team football. You know, if you're up for loan, you can go out and get first team football there. He said, yep, you know, if that works out, if I can go out on loan and get first team football, that'd be great. I did offer him out to loan, but no one was actually interested. Even though I said I'd pay all his wages, no one was willing to even offer anything, which frustrates me because even as a second division team, even if you didn't feel you had much chance of actually, you know, him coming to you, if him saying, yeah, you know what, I'll go down and play for them, you'd still make a bid. That frustrates me that no club seems to ever really make bids. I think clubs should make bids, but the player should then reject it or turn it down, and then you should be able to talk to him, say, look, I reckon you should reconsider this option because, you know, it'll be good for your development, things like that. You know, try and progress, try and have more involvement in the transfer side of things. But apart from that, I don't think there's anything else really. We signed a lot of new people down to deals. Well, actually, we can see most of them now. So we signed Byrne, Barcelo, Monto Griffo, Cornelio, Gregory, and Montgomery. We signed them all down to new deals. We currently have 4 people looking to expire at the end of the season. Now, I don't really see myself renewing Jamie Carling, Jose Luis Romero Jimenez, and Owen May. I don't see myself renewing their deals. So these guys will probably be leaving, but I do want to re-sign Tito No. However, currently, he's not interested in talking to me. And then, or is he? No, he is. No, he's currently not willing to talk to me, as you can see, which is so frustrating because he is an absolute beast. But the thing is, I understand why, because as you can see, he's got people from the, what's the Jupiter Pro League? Is that the second league in Belgium? No, it's the top league in Belgium, isn't it? Yeah, he's got people from the top division in Belgium, you know, considering bids for him. So I completely understand why he's waiting. But it's really frustrating because we could be about to lose one of our best players in the side. In fact, one of the best players in Gibraltar right now. So, you know, we want to do everything in the power that we can to try and keep him here. But it's just looking like he's going to be leaving. Elsewhere as well, we did actually try and sign a few people, or try and pre-arrange some deals for people. You know, try and sign them on pre-contracts. I'm on the wrong thing. I want to be on scouting. But one of the guys we were going to do it to was goalkeeper, if I get rid of unrealistic targets. Goalkeeper Dale Coling. Now, he's one of the best goalkeepers in Gibraltar currently, 20 years of age. And we could actually offer him a contract. But as you can see, I can't do that anymore because he's signed a new deal for Gibraltar. But I was going to actually sign him give him a new contract, or try and, you know, get him a contract so he could join us at the end of the season. But what ended up happening was he wanted £500 a week, and I thought, look, I'm not offering you £500 a week. So I ended up just walking away, and I'm going to stick with Whitbread right now, or Whithouse, sorry, no, Whitbread, yeah. And also there was another player as well. If I actually click off, I've got unrealistic targets off. If I go on my copy of international, which adds in the team, and I don't remember where this guy, what position he played in, but I do remember what country he came from. He was a Somalian. He was in the Somalian senior squad, I believe. Let's scroll down and have a look. All these guys you're seeing right here, I think actually, I'm on the wrong thing, sorry. I should be expired. All these guys you see here who are expired, I've offered every single one of these guys a trial. You know, even those from Australia and stuff like that, but no one's willing to join. But this guy, Makata Ali, he actually, he wasn't really interested in joining me. And I spoke to him, as you can, you know, if I were to go to approach to sign him now, well, not now, but I spoke to him before and I said, look, you know, we'd like to make you a legend at the side. And he said, you know what, I like the looks of that. I'm willing to talk to you. So this is the first guy outside of Gibraltar that actually said he'd be willing to talk to me. Then I sort of looked at him and I thought, it's a huge risk me to go out and sign him because I can't really see a lot of his stats. I mean, there's a lot of ranges there, but if they're all at the bottom of their range, he's not particularly good. He's a defensive midfielder. I don't play defensive midfielders. It was just awkward. So in the end, I decided not to go for him. But it was nice to see that someone was willing to at least talk to me. You know, so that's encouraging. But we're still nowhere near being able to sign anyone. Even these guys like this from the Congo under-20s, they're not willing to even talk to me. See, now I'd have to convince them. Typically, I go with this: if you join us, I envision you having a great career at the club, becoming a legend. They often say this, and I talk about, you know, them winning a trophy, which is all I can really think would attract a player. And again, they say they just wouldn't interest me. So, still hard to sign players, which is why in January I've done nothing. But let's go into the team now and we'll talk about this cup final. So the squad we're going to be playing today is Whitbread in goal. Right back is Lopez. Centre backs are De Los Rios Vincino, which is only his second game of the season. The last time he played, he scored a hat-trick against the team from the Faroe Islands. So it's been a long time since he's played football, but I put him in the starting lineup today. The reason for that is because Tito No is currently suspended. And elsewhere on the left back we have Byrne, another centre back Harrison. Midfield from right to left is Montgomery, Norton Rumbo, Barcelo and Montegriffo. Terry Brown is currently out suspended, otherwise he will be in the starting lineup in place of Norton Rumbo. And up front we have Gregory and Coling. And the bench is Carling, Burgess, Victor, Romero Jimenez and Munilali, I believe. I'm going to call it like that anyway for now, until it's corrected. But hopefully we could be about to win the club's first ever Senior League Cup, which would be another thing I had to add to the collection, which is overall good. And plus, we want to be going for our first ever sort of major treble in Gibraltar if we can. So they're going with a 4-4-2 with two defensive midfielders. Our ex-player, Lee Musket, is on the other team. I don't recognise any other players, so I don't think we've got any other ex-players. I think Jordan Perez actually plays for Gibraltar in real life in goal. I think he's like their second choice maybe. In the game where they played Germany, I think he was on the bench anyway. But let's go out there. Lions versus Gibraltar United at Victoria Stadium, of course. And let's see what we can get. Looks like a pretty full stadium. Our average attendance, I haven't spoken about this, might as well do it now while I look to the crowd. Our average attendance is pretty much the same as it was last year. It's about 1,700 people rocking up to watch our games at home. So we've got a pretty large attendance. I don't know where that is in relation to the league. We could probably do that at the end of the season. I could look at things like that, as this guy seems to be having a bit of a moment with the ball. But yeah, well, you know, we're filling out a lot of the crowd. So the reason I point that out is because today, I imagine for a final, there should be about 2,000, maybe even 3,000, pushing for 3,000 people here at the stadium. I mean, I don't know how many people Lions pull in per game, but we can definitely fill the seating allocation in this stadium quite easily, or, you know, near fill it quite easily. As 12 minutes into the game and nothing particularly interesting happening. Our people are looking frustrated. You know what? I may do a team talk already. Just calmly encourage the lads. You know, see what that does. As Whitbread playing the ball to Lopez, our right back, and we're building up play nicely, hopefully. There is Norton Rumbo making a rare appearance for the club. Coling being tackled, and now Lions could try and create something. We've got the ball again, though, and it's kind of goes straight back towards them. Is Norton Rumbo to Gregory. Out wide now to Lopez. Let's see if he can whip this one in. He plays it to Montgomery. Let's see if Montgomery can whip this one in. He does. And Coling missing an absolute brilliant chance. And the first clear-cut opportunity of the game. How he hasn't scored that. He's been so good this season, Coling. I'm surprised he didn't bury that one in the back of the net. So it still remains 0-0. Oh, Norton Rambo picked up an injury. And that will rule him out the rest of the game. Didn't mean to bring Victor on. I meant to bring Romero Jimenez on for a rare appearance for him as well. Brown and Barcelo have just been the two main guys who have been playing all this season. I like the partnership. I think it works quite well, even though Barcelo is probably best suited for a more attacking role. I play him in a defensive role, and he puts in good enough performances. I'm far from pleased with what I saw. You know, I'm going to be quite strict there. You know, 0-0, pretty boring game against a team from the second division. Is that acceptable? And they're an amateur team. Is that acceptable? No. In no way is that acceptable. In fact, Coling might come off in the next 2 minutes if he doesn't start picking up. Let's see what we get from this highlight. If I don't see anything, if I don't see an improvement, if I don't see a goal, I'll probably take Coling off and bring on Dally Moon. Let's see now. Coling with the ball. Decent pass back to Montegrifo. It's Gregory. Oh, he's brought down, and Justin Lewis is going to be sent off, and that will surely give us an advantage we for some reason need, and even though we shouldn't really need an advantage, that should give us the advantage to push us over the edge and get us that goal. We're going to take Coling off still. We're going to bring Jesse Moon on, and hopefully that change up front can see some sort of impact into the game. 5 minutes into them playing down to 10 men, and we've got a highlight, and Gregory unable to really do anything. The ball was a little too high for him. Here's Byrne to Rios Vincino to Montgomery on that right hand side. He's played really well this season. Montgomery stepped up and needs to look to play this one in. He does just about, and Barcelo manages just to creep that one in. Pretty decent goal there, and we're 1-0 up in the final, and that should hopefully be us winning the cup competition. But what a really well placed shot from him. You know, he had the defender to watch out for. Maybe even took a deflection. I don't know. But just creeping in at the far post. I don't really feel the need to make an additional sub. I was going to do a team talk, but now we've got that goal advantage. Hopefully the floodgates will open and we'll start scoring a few more. As Gregory unable to get the shot away, and Moon missing his chance to score his first ever goal for the club. Decent ball in from Montgomery. Shame no one was able to get a good enough connection on it to divert it goalwards. I should really start thinking about fitness maybe. I don't actually know what my next game is. I should have looked that up beforehand. There's Montegrifo out on that left-hand side, whipping this one in. And Montgomery, the goal, he's going to be offside anyway, but well worked. Bit of football there either way, you know. Maybe I'm rolled off for offside, but it was still decent football being played. And I like to see that if I can. You know, we're going to take Byrne off. We're going to bring Burgess on. Probably should have brought him on a bit earlier, actually. Because every time that guy plays, he'll develop a little bit more. Here is Moon with his chance, and he gets a very, very simple first goal for the club. I don't know what Perez was doing. He was had abysmal positioning. I mean, he's charged out, but not charged towards the ball, and in the end, it's an open goal for Moon to very simply tap that one in. Burgess, nice ball, you know, kept it calmed it down, and just played a very simple pass to the centre back. And maybe there's even time to get a third for us. I mean, after the 1-1 draw, I would have wanted to demolish Lions. The sending off, I think, was a turning point in the game. We didn't look particularly great up until that point, but we've made that extra man advantage pay dividends, as Thompson looks like he's going to get sent off. That's the second red card for Lions. I think that was just, in the end, the players giving up, losing concentration, and just sort of being very frustrated to have got to the final and lost. That's why they're currently down to 9 men. Don't concede. Here we go. We've kept a clean sheet. We've won the cup 2-0. Sending off were the difference in the end, I think. I think it's fair to say. Lions were putting up a decent fight up until that point. Limiting us to only 1 shot. But still, good result, good cup win, and hopefully our first bit of silverware of the season as we aim to go for a treble. There you go, we win the Senior Cup. Burn is out for 10 days, not great. Rumbo 10 days. He's still the assistant there, I don't really care. Continues the tradition, the first time I've actually ever won the Gibraltar Premier League Cup or the Senior League Cup, whatever it is called. The board are ecstatic. They said this wasn't an important competition to win, but obviously you'll still be happy to win a cup competition, even if you don't see it as important. And St. Joseph for the overachievers. That is strange. Being in the Premier Division, I would have thought, you know, the Division 2 side getting to the final would have been seen as the overachievers, but I guess not. I guess Lions are seen as a very good team. But either way, guys, next time I will meet you back will hopefully be at the end of season when we can potentially win the Premier Division. I actually haven't shown you the league table. I just realised that. But as you can see, we've currently got 2 games in. Have we got 2 games in hand? And everyone else has played. Either way, we've got 2 games in hand. Lincoln, Gibraltar are only a point ahead of us. So, you know, we should easily win this league. I imagine I'll probably meet you back for the Lincoln game, because that'll probably be the game where we can win the league. Or maybe even the Britannia game, because we've got to play Lincoln again. So we could very easily meet you back 4 games before the end of the season to win the league, and then meet you back again for the Rock Cup, where the time we could win our first ever major treble in Gibraltar. But either way, guys, whenever I meet you back next, until then, peace out.